Hey, folks, welcome. No coffee today. This is your host, Justice Truth. This is another housecoat chat number 33, folks. Yes, it is a long time since I tried starting this. Kind of laid off during the summer and fall, but I am back. And guess what, folks? Check this out. Brand new housecoat things are looking up for this channel. Justice Truth is very happy to have this wonderful housecoat with the hood. I feel like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hmm. These are not the droids you're looking for. I wish life could be that easy. Yes, folks, how's it going? I know it's Thursday. It's still butt cold up here. Sorry for swearing, but it is cold. It is sunny. Played with the dogs today, and yes, they have to get their exercise too. But being careful, they are inside getting warm at the moment. It is cold out there, folks. So cold that it can knock balls off a brass monkey. If you haven't heard that expression, go look it up. Rather interesting. Brass balls on a ship used to be on a thing called a monkey. So when it gets cold out, the bowling balls, the cannonballs would shrink and fall off the monkey, hence cold enough to knock off the balls off a brass monkey. Yes, that is a little bit of funness there. And yes, how is everybody doing? I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good. Positive vibes. Let's share that energy because the world needs more of it. And, adopt a pet. I usually say that at the end of the show, but today let's just get it out there. If you haven't been to an SPCA, go, folks. Check it out just once in your life. You don't have to adopt, but just go. Yes. And isn't it crazy, folks? The crazy world and what is happening. And I really want to talk about the United States of America at the moment because blow me away. Trump is on a tear. Yes, folks, he is walking in on Godzilla, and he is basically, hopefully, making the United States government better and more efficient with Doji. Elon Musk, look at USAID. Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, who just took over USAID under his umbrella. Well, 14,000 employees, folks. 14,000. Yes, and what did they get reduced to? A couple hundred, basically. I believe the total is under 300. I think it's 294. Don't quote me. Go look it up, folks. The Rubio Report. I don't know. Marco Rubio, not the Rubio Report. But Marco Rubio, the new U.S. Secretary of State, made that announcement on X today. And Global Affairs Canada apparently had a website that crashed that showed off all their foreign donations. It's a little bit of a side shoot here, folks, but people are like, oh, look, they're trying to hide all the money they're giving away. The website is back up. I'm going to look at it later. Check it out. But, I will touch on this for Canada's side of what the Americans are going through with US aid. Now, folks, it is not US aid. It is United States of America International Development. Different from the actual US aid that gives out grain to the people out there in the world. Like, really, what are we doing now? What are they doing trying to make a comic book for its trans in Peru? A diversity, equity, inclusion play in Ireland, right? $68 million to WEF, World Economic Forum. These people fly in on private jets, take a 2-minute limo ride to their destination, and the escorts galore. I mean, holy smokes, folks. The money being wasted is atrocious. The rich don't need our money to fly into a private conference to try and tell the rest of the world what to do, right? I am so glad these things are being exposed, and I want more of it. More of it, more of it, more of it. Why? Because I'm a disgruntled taxpayer, and the money being wasted that's coming out of my wallet, your wallet. I know I'm talking about USAID, but it's the same thing for Canada. There is wasteful spending. Case in point, I will give you an example. In Lebanon, there has been a grant given to a woman who I will not name. I basically because I don't remember, but not to try and shame her because she got a grant from the Canadian government to try and improve feminism in Lebanon. Well, I think the burqa's got an inch shorter so the woman could show a little bit more ankle. Not positive, but good job. What a waste of frickin' dough, folks. It's kind of like the condoms for Gaza, $50 million for condoms. They used them to carry IED explosives over to Israel. It's a waste of money. Yes, this is a rant today. I am going on a tangent because this is the way I feel at the moment. Plus, I got this cool new hooded house coat and I like wearing it. I feel like Obi-Wan Kenobi, whatever. It's just that it's crazy, folks. The tariffs, Trump, and oh, think of all the journalists, political, got called out on the at the press secretary's office, basically, the White House press secretary room where all the press gets together and, ask the press or the press secretary questions on the US government. And she calls out political, saying, I noticed that you guys are on the payroll, and now that you guys will no longer receive money from political. And, oh, get this, they can't pay their staff now, political. So government money given to an organization to slam the government and like Trump's government or whatever else, to slam MAGA, to slam people who deny climate science, the people who, just common sense, decent people to push a narrative. And they can't afford to pay anymore because the only money they received is from the government, right? Their case in point in Sri Lanka or something like that. I could be wrong on the country. And the point of the story is that money is being wasted, but they were telling the reporters and journalists over there that they have to use less binary language and more pronouns. Don't you see the picture, folks? Now I'm going to take you back in time. Remember the old saying, build back better? How many different countries said that? Doesn't that kind of make you think, why? 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 Why is France talking that way? Why is the United Kingdom talking that way? Why is Canada talking that way? Why is the United States talking that way? It's a huge thing, and it involves the WF. Folks, you need to read. You need to do a little bit more than listen to 15-second sound bites. Yes, I know I'm going on a crazy, rant, kind of different from my other shows. But what is the point of us as a nation if we are clueless sheep who kill constantly have to give more and more and more up and get less and less and less in return, and then get told that we are better for it? No, if you still think that 4 checks from the government as a rebate to you for the carbon is good and it's making you richer, I have, oh, a bridge to sell you. I mean, seriously, the people, the connections, because the world is becoming closer together, because there are certain groups like the WUF, and there's others out there. There's ARC, that's the opposite of WUF, that is held by Jordan Peterson. Go look it up, people. Go read. There is other alternatives, right? All this stuff that's going on. You just look what the Bank of Canada's governor said. We have to fight climate change and the tariff things are bad. And we are, go look and read what that man has said. And your head's going to go kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. Yes, folks, you're just, you're going to shake your head. This country is going broke. Our Bank of Canada is losing money. The Canada Post is losing money. Our court dates can't keep up with criminal convictions. Yes, another giant fentanyl, fentanyl dealer, not fentanyl drug dealer in Ontario with numerous previous charges stayed. A career criminal released time and time and time again is released. I know I'm on a rant here and everything else, but people need to wake up. And the best thing that I could tell you is to get a hold of your MLAs, your MPs, your civic leaders, and be polite and blunt and say, I am tired of the wasteful spending. I am tired of the fentanyl overdoses. I am tired of the crime. I want prisons. I want normalcy, right? You want what you expected from Canada before we had sunny ways, folks. I mean, I'm pale skinned, but this man, Justin Trudeau, has burnt me to a crisp. This country used to be affordable for me to live in. And I'm telling you, if a man can't eat a decent ribeye once in a while and enjoy life, like, what is it? I mean, right? I mean, thankfully, the world is a little better for me at the moment. But you know what? Prices keep going up and up and up. A big bag of M&Ms in Vanderhoof, British Columbia, was 25 frickin' dollars. Wow. I mean, I can't even imagine what it's up farther than me, like Fort St. James, the Yukon. I mean, they're paying atrocious as it is. And they're trying to say we need to go to net zero, folks. No country in this planet has ever succeeded without carbon fuel, without oil and gas. No country has succeeded or been prosperous. In order for us to be prosperous, energy has to be cheap. And when energy is cheap, companies build things, innovation happens, things get better. They don't get worse, folks. They get better because society demands it, right? You think of all the people that are coming here from third world countries that are finally realizing that you don't throw the garbage over the side of the fence anymore. You put it in a bin, it gets picked up and it's delivered to a garbage place and dealt with. No, there's a culture shock for a lot of people that are coming here. Oh, we don't shit on the beach, right? I mean, I'm being exaggerative there, but you know what I mean? This country is built on immigration. And yes, things are crazy now. And I really wish that we didn't have the influx that we did because the population is boom. Inflation is through the roof because we can't count how many people are here. It puts a demand on food, it puts a demand on rent, right? The country is, how do I put it? It's like the circus decided to open its tent and say everybody comes in for free, but those that are already in there pay twice, right? And now we have a chaotic scene in a circus. And that's what we really, really have. And speaking of circus, who is the next carny that's going to try and run it? Well, none other than Mark Carney. And Mark Carney is dictating to the world through international media, folks. BBC, the United States, MSNBC, CNN trying to broadcast a message that he knows how to fix Canada. He's the right person for the job on the global stage, in the global arena, but he's not really talking to Canadians. But what he tells Canadians is that we might have to tough it out. We might have to have more, BS in our lives. And he's trying to say that we're going to be resilient, strong. And the only way forward is through net zero. Net zero is a scam, folks. I listened to a U.S. senator yesterday, or not a senator, sorry, I guess the Department of Interior or Energy, smart fellow as a was a senator or whatever. Anyways, that's why I tell you people to read. You really do need to read and research, folks. But he said, since like, oh, we'll go 20 years back, it was 86% of the energy in the United States derived from oil and gas, basically. 86% of the energy. 20 years later, and $2 trillion, the percentage change went from 86 to 84%. 2 trillion frickin' dollars, folks. And did it improve anything? No, it made our lives more expensive, way more expensive. So, climate scam is a scam, folks. I hate to say it because I've been alive for like 52 years, soon to be 53. And guess what? The planet's still pretty much the same. The only thing that I could tell you that I've seen that has been consequential in environmental damages in my life are like Exxon Valdez, the Gulf oil disaster is another one, and all the Chinese spills along their coastline, folks. You need to look that up. You think we're bad on this side of the world? Go over there. Oh, holy smoke, right? I think we should have that pipeline going all the way across the Quebec. Screw Quebec and what their leaders want. You know what? You have to read, people. I think there's a video out there called The Myth of Canada. Check it out. I already kind of know what it's about. I never officially watched it. I still might, but I've had a few people explain what the show's about. And since I've been down the rabbit hole on the myth of Canada, on the Confederacy, Quebec, and everything else, all these years that I've been alive, I don't think I'm going to watch it. But I might. I might. And you should if you haven't. If you're unaware that Quebec and this whole Confederacy thing, this country system is a joke because we're not officially a country. Look it up, folks. It's out there. Yes, it is. And you know what, folks? It's almost my time. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I honestly have to say, go check out the Northern Perspective show if you're Canadian and want to know more on Canadian stuff. If you want to know more about the border tariff issues and the fentanyl crisis, Bond. Frank Bond is awesome. Yes, folks, I like this guy. He speaks well and he researched, does a great job. And again, folks, if you have never been to an SPCA, I know I'm repeating this message, but go to the SPCA once. You don't have to adopt. Just go look. And positive vibes. Let's get out there, folks. Let's make the world a better place. Contact your MLA, contact your MP, and let them know how you feel, politely and bluntly. Let's make Canada better. Let's not let them take it away from us. We as Canadians can still own this country. Thank you.